Hello there, I'm Gary Foster and welcome to episode 50. We've brought up the half century of What Price Victory. And today's game, or today's episode, will feature an Asian Champions League quarterfinal first leg game where Melbourne Victory are away to Ulsan from the Korean K-League. And following that, we will have an FFA Cup second round game against the Western Sydney Wanderers. So without further ado, let's go into our team selection for today's Asian Cup game. Now, as FM is wont to do, we're racked by injury to our first choice goalkeeper. He's out for 4 to 6 weeks with an abdominal strain, so I'm down a little bit in the goalkeeping department, but we've got Steve Prosser, who has been our under 23 keeper. He's been sort of thrust into the limelight recently, so we're going with a balanced personality, mentality rather, and we're bringing back our defensive midfielder because we think we're going to be under the pump a little bit for this game. So this is the team. We've got Prosser in goal. We've got O'Neill, Dendonka, Bagulio and Nishikawa in defence. Teague as the defensive midfielder. In front of him is Metcalf and Barnett. Wide attacking players of Italiano and Pace. And we've got Brandon Skeary up front. So yes, we know all that because it's still early in the A-League pre-season, which makes A-League teams under the cosh a little bit for fitness when they're coming to the pointy end of these Asian championships. So need a little bit of encouragement, and we do need a chance to have something to take home with us in the second leg. So Melbourne Victory kicking off. Pace, who's got some interesting attributes, so he'll be playing a starring role for the club in the not too distant future. And he made a run inside and he stung the keeper's hands there. So that's an early shot across the bows for Ulsan. So would have been nice to get a goal there. But Metcalf coming up from deep, unable to connect, but Pace will clean it up. Ball across to Italiano. Metcalf lurking on the box again. And Skeary unmarked in the box. But it just seemed to dally a little bit. So good early signs, but a lot of game time left in this. So make sure that there's no untoward injuries early on in this game. Interesting. We certainly haven't set the ratings on fire, even though we had a relatively strong start to the game. Right. Coming up towards 20 minutes, so it could be worth a shot of encouragement. Couple of early goals in the other Asian Cup quarter-final games. So we've got Ulsan have come back in the shots at goal department, but obviously not worth a highlight. Okay, none of our team are playing poorly, but there's no outstanding ones either. But Teague with a free kick launches it rather a little bit too long, and Ulsan keeper brings out a rather theatrical save. Okay, so Ulsan bringing the ball up, cut back, blocked, cut back, unmarked, blocked. One of the features of FM21 is the number of blocked shots. Oh, there you are, his own player blocked that shot then. Right. A little bit more of encouragement. Obviously going into half time at 0-0 would not be a disaster. Okay, a little bit exposed on our left defensively. Long ball launched into the box, finds one of their players, but O'Neill, he cuts it out quite well, but poor clearance, only gets a blue shirt. And not the right colour blue. Okay, we've found space. It's cut back and volleyed through. Okay, just before half time, which is not what we wanted. But then it makes the half time talk a little bit easier because you don't have the juggling act of trying to encourage them without them being disheartened. But yeah, good volley, good goal, good cutback. Maybe a little bit of ball watching from our defence. Right, so now coming into half time. Dressing room. Well, we have been unlucky. Time to point the finger. Player ratings would suggest they're not playing as well as what they could, so show me something in the second half. Attackers, not happy with your finishing. Midfielders, not happy with playmaking. Defenders, not happy with defensive work. Okay, so let's talk ourselves up, boys. Demand more. Whoops. Not the Churchillian response I was expecting. It was certainly don't want any more damage on the leaderboard, and it's crashed against the crossbar, and very lucky to clear that. Our crossing, it's been absolutely appalling. 1 in 21 shots, attempts. That's one of Brother Barry's bugbears with FM21, that the crossing ratio in these games is usually very, very tiny. Very small percentages, and when you've got a team, good goal, crikey, shit, bastard. Yeah, and when you've got a team like Melbourne Victory that require their wide attacking players to be prominent, pardon me, that when the crossing stats are so low, it's a bit of a problem. Okay, so that second goal has basically knocked the wind out of our sails. Now we need to go attacking. We need to do a little bit of substitute. I'll bring on Laurie Latanzio. Burkick for pace and play. So might push that defensive midfielder up, because that's certainly not working at the moment. Let's try and chase the game. At least get one goal back at least. Okay, so Metcalf Skiri, and cracks it in. It's a pity you're going to be replaced. Okay. There's a quandary. Do I pick or stick? Cancel. Give him another 5 or 10 minutes. So I'm expecting both Metcalf's. I will take Burkick off, bring him on. But yeah, Metcalf and Skiri, they're star shit. What happened there, Dendonka? You clown. Get our way back into the game. I thought we were clearing that. Through ball. Dendonka. Keeper might have been a bit slow to come out there, could have been argued. Okay. Back to where we were. Attack, attack, attack. Support. Yep. Because we've got to go for it. Oh, bit of room there. Come on. Oh, geez. Saved by an extra coat of paint. Crikeys. Come on. One goal back. Do have an away goal. Right. Don't know why Skiri nods the ball onto himself. And Laura Latenzio. And drives into the box and lets rip Sean O'Neill. Excellent strike indeed. Okay, that's breathed a little bit of life into the tie. I think it's O'Neill doesn't score many goals. He come up from the back. He ripped it through. Okay, so that's given us a 2 away goals. So now, maybe at least positive rather than attacking. We certainly don't want to get caught on the break. Teague with the ball. Barnett. Bagulio. Seem to have a very rather static attacking line, and we've lost possession, so the turnover. Okay, bearing down on goal. Good save by Prosser, and then good block by Nishikawa. Was that Nishikawa who came over? What? Pause. I thought Connor Metcalf could play as an attacking midfielder. Okay, Teague and Barnett. Okay, that was my blue. Okay, so sorry, random clicking. 5 minutes of time added on. Okay, let's be cautious. Let's just drop everything back. Let's compress it up. Been able to find a lot of gaps out wide. Oh, good save. Was that the woodwork again? Okay, so Burkick on the break. A lot of blue shirts around him though, but Skiri picks it up. A lot of blue shirts around you too, mate. Okay, Nishikawa up from the back. Comes into the box. Teague. Ah, what? Jesus. Ooh. Okay. So Melbourne Victory have a 1-goal deficit to overturn in the second leg at home. Most importantly, they've got 2 away goals, so we need a victory, obviously. Unlucky. Was I pleased with your performance? Not entirely. Let's give them the underdog chat. Okay, so it's up for grabs. So that second leg is coming up in schedule is coming up in 27/8. So okay, 3 weeks time. So our first choice keeper could be back by then, or he could get injured again. We're just not quite sure. So okay, so as you can see there with the schedule, we've got a friendly game coming up in a few days' time against FC Porto, and that's due to us selling our goalkeeper Jared Collette to them at the beginning of the transfer window. So one of those was to conditions was to arrange a friendly. So we've got that friendly coming up. The board aren't so much interested in the or success in the FFA Cup, but we'll come back for that because it should be a pretty exciting game. So let's go and do a little bit of admin, and we'll come back for the Wanderers. Okay, so here we are for the FFA second round cup game, where Melbourne Victory are away to Western Sydney Wanderers. Since you last left us, just been a number of friendlies that have been played, and unfortunately there was a couple there that I couldn't cancel. In particular, the one I had a couple of days ago against Altona Magic, I wasn't able to cancel that. And the one against Preston Lions I also tried to cancel, and in that game Marco Burkick, he's picked up a long-term injury, which is kind of annoying. So I had more than a week's grace to cancel that, but anyway, that's just the cards that have been dealt. So very interesting crowds too, which were quite impressive. So here we are. We've got Maynard Brewer, who's come in. I've signed him as our backup keeper. Nishikawa, O'Neill, Dendonka and Grant in defence. Teague, Metcalf and Barnett, our midfield trio. Morgan, another young guy from the under 18s. And we've also got Jason Pace, who's also a youngster from the under 18s, and got Louis Laurie Latenzio up the pointy end. So we'll submit that team. Ooh, rather blocky looking stadium. This is the new Western Sydney Wanderers stadium. So it'd be interesting to see what it really looks like. Get the aerial shot. Can't get an aerial shot. Okay, so Wanderers yet to touch the ball. Wanderers Victory yet to touch the ball, but here we go. Goodness me, Rowe basically unmarked on the edge of the 6-yard box and spooned it over the net, over the goal. Right, shot across the bow, boys. Right, now we're defending a corner. Certainly not a great start. Lloyd, Ugaravic. Wanderers playing a very patient kind of game. Normally they play a little bit more direct than this. Okay, so Pace on the ball. Lots of red and black shirts around, and he misses out. Extraordinary long highlight. Nothing's happened. Except goalkeeper went the wrong way. He took the ball and he dragged it out onto his right foot, and the goalkeeper went inside. So that's the story for that extraordinary long highlight. Took it out. The goal. That didn't look pretty. Okay, so 1-0 down and playing pretty poorly. We'll give them a little bit of encouragement, so they're only 1-0 down. Try to get back into this game. Okay, so Maynard Brewer with the ball long out to Morgan. Here's Morgan now, he's going to ride the tackle. Barnett, where's Pace? Pace is through, and good goal. Jason Pace, he played some starring roles in those friendlies that we had during the during the international break, and he's actually coming on in leaps and bounds. Got a as a striker or wide attacking right, so I think he'll be earning his place in the UCL second leg quarter final. I think that's coming up in 4 days' time or something like that. So I wouldn't be putting your shirt away just yet, Jason. Ooh, wanders through. Couple of block shots. Okay. Victory have wound their way back into this game, so get to half time. Give them all a bit of a rev up and see if we can get the goal that matters. Assertive. I'm not happy. Okay, so that was a pretty good reaction. I was expecting a couple of our defensive players might have been a little bit disenchanted. Just want to get a result within 90 minutes. I don't want any of this bloody extra time or penalty shootouts. Consider Morgan pace. Metcalf's playing well. Okay. Let's change that positive. Let's turn it up a little bit. I mean, although we are away from home, there is an expectation that we should be taking the game to Wanderers. Nishikawa with the throw. Get out of the way, ref. Laurie Latenzio. Laurie Latenzio has become a little bit marginalised because Brandon Skeary has come ahead on leaps and bounds, but Laurie Latenzio has been he's been a good player for the club, so I'd like to, whether he plays as striker or on the left. I mean, Jacob Italiano, he's been our first choice wide left player. But yeah, got faith in him. Wanderers on the ball. A lot of white shirts through, but White somehow gets behind the defence and volleys it high, wide and handsome. So there's those cross-completed stats looking pretty piss poor. Okay, got to thinking about. Teague's played. Morgan's been a bit too much for you, son, today. Yaya Dukley, he can come on for a run. He played in the in those friendlies and acquitted himself well. Actually might... Sorry, tactics and subs. Might go on to our number 3. So Lecky, yeah, Lecky can come on for Barnett, who's not playing all that well, and we've got Yaya Dukley who can come on for Morgan. Let's leave it at that. Okay, so demand more, and we'll go attacking just to try to get a result, which very rarely works. Okay, Wanderers playing it around. Pushed a few players forward. There's a bit of a gap there now. And there we go. Conceded a late winner. So much for going attacking. Get bitten by FM again, bastards. So now we go very attacking. Yep, we know what happens. Yep, and shot ourselves in the foot there, guys. Not happy. Okay, so the board won't be too disappointed, but falling to a late goal like that certainly is social media not terribly happy. Ivan was satisfied with the result, with the performance. Great to see debut. What? Yeah, anyway. Right, a bit of admin to do there in the inbox. But with our schedule, I think we've got the second leg of the ACL quarterfinal game coming up in 3 days' time. So we'll send the boys home for a well-earned rest, and we'll come back for the Ulsan game, bearing in mind that we have a 1-goal deficit to overturn from the first leg. So I'm Gary Foster. Thank you very much for watching What Price Victory, and we'll catch up with you shortly. All the best now.